Good morning, children. Welcome to English class. Children, this is lesson 10, video 1 from my English reader. So, children, this is the story about Gulliver. Look at the following picture and discuss with your partner what's happening to the man lying on the ground. So, here, what's happening, children? Actually, a man, that is giant man, was lying on the seashore, and some small people, that is, they are known as Lilliputians, and they were climbing on that person and they are trying to tie that person. The man in the picture given above tells you his story. Read to know how right your guess was. So, we are thinking that in this picture, that is, this person was a giant and the people around were Lilliputians. So he was, that is, he is Gulliver, an Englishman who traveled to the imaginary lands of Lilliput. So the lesson name is In the Land of Lilliput. So let us start. When I woke up, I realized I was lying on the seashore. Though I felt weak, I tried to stand up. My legs did not move, so this person realized that he was on a seashore when he woke up. Though he felt weak, he was very weak, but he tried to stand up, but his legs did not move. I tried to touch my legs, but my hand seemed stuck to the ground. So he tried to touch his legs, but his hands were stuck to the ground. He was frightened. I raised my head to look around, and what I saw was hard to believe. He could not believe himself as he saw some people around him. Countless little men surrounded this person. Some even walked on my body, that is, some people even walked on his body. They were so tiny that they had used tiny ladders to climb onto this person. So they used tiny ladders and they tried to tie him up with leather strips. Had I all of a sudden became a giant? So after seeing those little men, he was thinking that whether he had become a giant suddenly. Giant means very huge. Or were these men dwarfs? Or else these people were dwarfs, that means small people, that is Lilliputians. Gathering all the courage I had left in me, I asked, where am I? Who are you? So actually was very weak and tired. So he gathered all the courage and asked, where am I? That means where was he and who were they? A man who stood on my stomach replied, you are in Lilliput. So that man told that you are in this Lilliput, in our place. Since you are not a Lilliputian like us, we have to make you a prisoner. We are Lilliputians. Since you are not like us, we had to make you a prisoner. That's why we tied you, they told. So soon I felt being pushed and then rolled onto the platform. That means they rolled him on a platform. Hey, what are you doing? I screamed nervously. You are being taken to the emperor, I was told. So, what are all of you are doing to me? He asked to that Lilliputians, and they told that he was being taken to the emperor, the king of that Lilliput. In the palace, he was taken to the empress chamber by that Lilliputians. The emperor seemed to be wise, that means he was a knowledgeable person. He asked that person who he was, that means, who are you? What are you doing in my kingdom? So he asked the person and he began to explain. My name is Lemyar Gariver, Your Majesty. So he told that his name was Lemuel Gulliver. I am an English sailor and people say that I am brave and courageous. So he was a sailor, English sailor. That means he used to work on a ship and he was brave and courageous. I stopped to see the emperor's reaction. So he was seeing the emperor's reaction after telling him the story. That is, he was a sailor and he was brave and courageous. He told to the emperor, is it not? Then he was listening carefully. So the emperor was listening. So he continued his story. A powerful storm wrecked a ship. So that means the ship on that means he was sailing on a ship. He was that is he works on a ship, is it not? So while he was sailing on a ship, a powerful storm destroyed his ship, it seems. I fought against the storm and swam for many days and nights. So after the destruction of the ship, he fought against the storm and he swam for many days and nights. Luckily, he reached the seashore. I lay down as I felt very weak and hungry. I think I must have fainted because the next thing I remember is finding myself tied up by your men. So I felt very weak after reaching the seashore, and I think I must have fainted because he was very weak. So the next thing that he remembered was finding himself tied by this emperor's men. So this was the story he told to the emperor. The emperor, who listened attentively, looked impressed. He was very impressed by his story. So he told that he deserved to be their friend and not a prisoner. So you are not, they told, that emperor told that he was not the prisoner but his friend. Although surprised, he was very grateful to that emperor and began living there as a friend of the Lilliputians. So he was very grateful and he began living there as their friend, that is Lilliputian's friend. One day he heard a strange noise. So some noises were heard. Quickly he rushed to that place and he wants to find out what had happened. Then what happened? We have been attacked by our enemies, the Blefuscans, said sad and worried emperor. The emperor told that they were attacked by their enemies, the Blefuscans. So he was very sad. You are big and strong. If you wish, you can help us win this war, he said. So the emperor told that as he was big and very strong, if he wishes, he could help them. So then I saw this as the best opportunity to repay the emperor for his kindness and friendship. So this emperor made him his friend and he allowed to live in his kingdom. Is it not? So he wants to thank the emperor. So he thought that this was the best opportunity to thank the emperor. If he helps them to defeat the Blefuscans, then he would be able to thank the emperor. Is it not, children? So he decided to help them. I waited for the night. Then, taking some ropes with me, I crawled towards the enemy warships. So he took some ropes and he crawled towards the enemy warships, the warships which were brought by those Blefuscans, and he silently tied one end of each rope with each warship. So he tied all the warships and held all the other ends of the rope. So one end was tied to the warship, warships, and the other end of all the ropes were in this Gulliver's hand. So he caught hold of those ropes. I was very excited. While the army of soldiers slept, I could smell victory. So all the soldiers were slept when he was tying the warships with the ropes. So he could smell the victory means already he thought that he was won because he was giant and all those Blefuscans were very tiny people and already he tied the warships and the ends of the ropes were in his hand. So he thought that he won the war. So I gave one strong pull to all the ropes in my hand. So he pulled the ropes which were tied to the warships. Strong pull was given by this Gulliver. The entire fleet of Blefuscan ships was captured. So fleet of ships means number of ships are called as fleet. So all the Blefuscan ships were captured. They came under this Gulliver's control. The air was filled with shouts of joy from Lilliputians. So as they won the war, this Lilliputians shouted with joy. He had become a national hero. So finally, Gulliver made these Lilliputians win the war by helping them, and he became a national hero. So this is the story, children. So let us see the exercises. Find out the meanings of the following words from the dictionary. So let us see the meanings. First one, violent. Its meaning is furious. Wrecked, meaning is destruction. Weary, meaning is very tired. Victory, meaning is success. Giant, meaning is huge. So these are the meanings, children. Read the extract given below and answer the questions that follow. So, I saw this as the best opportunity to repay the emperor for his kindness and friendship. So, extract means who said to whom, and this passage is taken from the lesson. So, let us answer the questions given below. Which opportunity is being referred to here? The opportunity of saving the Lilliputians from their enemies is referred to in the above lines. So, how did Gulliver plan to pay back the emperor for his kindness? Gulliver planned to capture the enemy warships and pay back the emperor for his kindness. So, what quality of Gulliver is reflected in the above lines? The above lines reflect Gulliver's gratitude towards the emperor. So, children, these are the answers for the questions given below the extract. So, this is little bit not clear, children. So, I shall give you the picture after this video. Please note that, children. Each box contains an event taken from the story. The order of these events is in a jumble. Write 1, 2, 3 in the circles attached to the boxes as per the sequence in which they took place in the story. So the sentences are given in the sentences are not in order, children. You have to put them in order. So first one, Gulliver's ship is caught in a storm. Second one, luckily Gulliver survives and manages to swim. Third one, Gulliver wakes up to find himself on a beach, his arms and legs tied up. Countless little men surround and walk over him. Fifth one, Gulliver is taken to the emperor. Sixth one, the emperor offers Gulliver his friendship. Seventh one day the Blefuscans declare war on Lilliput. Eighth one, Gulliver repays the emperor's kindness by capturing the Blefuscan warships. So this is the order of the sentences, children. Next one. Pick out words from the passage which mean the opposite of the following. So the opposites of these words we have to find out from the lesson. Giant, opposite is dwarf. Whispered, opposite is shouted. Weak, opposite is strong. Foolish, opposite is wise. Friend, opposite is enemy. Happy, opposite is sad. So, children, there is a small assignment. Answer the following. First one, why did the Lilliputians tie up Gulliver? Second one, how did Lemuel Gulliver reach Lilliput? So, write your own answers, children. After reading the lesson, I am going to give you the answers later on. Thank you, children. Meet you in